We already know that. So I needed to move this thing around so y'all can really get a feel for it. So I'm just gonna run through some joints, you know, and I'll talk about them as we go along so y'all can get a clear view of it, all right? Let's see what we got.
Let me show you what divine like. Guess it's up to me. Body on the iron type. Right. Homie, you fine. I'm timeless. I can just do this shit forever. Like, yeah. Let me show you what that shine like. First I gotta show you what this grind like. Right. Think big, play big, yeah. I will do this shit forever. Wherever I go, I'm honored in arms. I got that Bin Laden effect. Flow is the bomb, boom, boom, boom. The people champ, officially hood stamp. The MVP's unscathed. It's William LeBron Wade. I'm in possession of what you missed. Effectively killing shit. Perpetually building hits. You cats thinking it's the shoes, but it's actually all in the wrist. You get that? Now my next move's my best move. Feed it to you niggas like the press do. Could look random when I press through. It's well orchestrated like a chess move. Do you get that? Cool. Let me show you what divine like. Guess it's up to me. Body on the iron type. Right. Homie, you fine. I'm timeless. What? I can just do this shit forever. Like.
One of my favorite joints right there, from my produced by my man Jake Beats. I flew all the way out to Switzerland to get that joint done, and some other joints as well, because Jake Beats did like about three joints on this, on the whole Billy Dance project. So shout out to Jake Beats. If y'all looking for some heat, find my man Jake Beats. Y'all can find him online, on his Twitter, on his Instagram, on his Facebook, Jake Beats. So yeah, let's just move right into something else. So I wanna make sure, you know, you guys got a full understanding of what it is that I'm doing here with the Baker's Dozen. So I got records like this next record coming up. It's called What It Was. And What It Was is more about, you know, it's more about a street record. Like, you got these little dudes in the street and they, you know, they got this hard persona or whatever, and that might not be it. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, I respect everybody and what they doing, whether you street, really, whatever you're doing. If you go to 9 to 5, whatever, we respect it all. But this particular record is called What It Was. Like, we see what it is, but fuck what it is. You know what I mean? It's what it was. You know what I mean? So, and this joint was produced by Level 13 out of Philadelphia. Y'all can find him on his Facebook, his Twitter. Just look up Level 13 or at Level 13, and you should find, you know, you can find something from the dude over there. So let's get into it. What It Was. All right.
Stop chronically, nigga, please. We don't wanna fight with y'all, they overlook game. It's hood grain, that's why. We don't wanna fight with y'all, we keep it sold up, and you get no love. We don't wanna fight with y'all, fuck what it is, here's what it was. Yellow vanilla folders filled with sensimilla. Rose with stripes of a soldier can commandeer. From dead broke to shining in the same year. Showboaters and grounders on the same tier. Silver BBS's on the blue jag. With the Dayton's on the caddy with a cool rag. We that caught airwear, major swag. And a Mac 11 for laser tag. Pull up. Be careful when you flip on. Your gangsta, it's a clip on. Come on, come style now. We don't honor the shit when you come up in mud. You get it in blood. Fuck what it is, here's what it was. Aced up, laced up in wallabies. Private stock chronically, nigga, please. We don't wanna fight with y'all, nigga. They overlook game, it's hood grain, that's why. We don't wanna fight with y'all, nigga. We keep it sold up, and you get no love. We don't wanna fight with y'all, nigga. Fuck what it is, it's what it was.
My shit right here, yo. When I say I love this record, I love this record. Shout out to Level 13. Thank you for the heat, bro. So yeah, man, just, you know, I bounced around on this record. I made sure I gave you everything. Got your hood records. You got your club record. You definitely got your thinkers. You know what I'm saying? I definitely put the thinkers in there. I had one joint, man, that was produced by my man Kane from Nashville, Tennessee. And this joint right here, I kind of put a little snippet up on IG about it. Just a little snippet or whatever. I didn't say much, but it's called Mufasa, and should be self-explanatory, right? Like, king, dog. Like, I feel, you know, I'm feeling like Mufasa, bro. So, especially with, you know, what I'm creating right now and how it's all coming with ease and it's all coming together. Yeah, I'm feeling up, man. I don't know where I get this new energy from, but I'm really, really feeling good about it. And I'm gonna keep, you know, keep going as long as I can get the energy from the people. You know what I mean? Y'all been giving me this energy, so I'm excited about what I'm doing. Excited about you know, everything that's happening right now. So let me just make sure I give y'all this. So it's called Mufasa, and like I said, produced by my man Kane from Nashville. Great record. I had a good time doing it. Felt really good doing it. I felt like that when I was making it. I felt like a king. So I'm feeling really like a king right now. Moving this m.o.p. legacy forward and branching out and doing a lot of different things sonically. So, all right. So check this one out. It's called Mufasa. All right, produced by my man Kane. Make sure y'all look him up. It's flagrant. I want to say flagrant 1000, but I'll find it for y'all. Flagrant 100. Very dope producer. Y'all gotta look him up. All right. So here we go, Mufasa.
As a negative, but it's a positive, cause I had to live, so I can be as average is, depending on what your view of a savage is. Any day I'm not in court, it's immaculate. I ain't worried about it, I ain't panicking. Your fascination with the Porsches, what my thought of the caddy is, having my feet up on the porches with lavish is. I'm dangerously accurate, the definition of what passion is. I'm a king. It's the nigga you can never be. They wondering what's poppin' with you. I'm feeling like Mufasa, nigga. Don't worry about the rockin' with you. Hit me under the level 3. They wondering what's poppin' with you. I'm feeling like Mufasa, nigga. From a drone's view, I see it all. I'm not just involved, I'm hands-on.
When I say my favorite, I mean my favorite joint, man. And you know what? I can't even really say what joint is my favorite because, like I said, I did so many records. Yeah, but Mufasa is a great record. It's a great ride record. It gives you that feeling of empowerment because, you know, it doesn't make a difference what background or what nationality, but if you feel good about yourself and you feel like you're strong and you're moving forward, that is your Mufasa moment. So you feeling like Mufasa, you know what I mean? Let me go back right fast. So you guys remember me when I dropped the 6-pack, and to be clear with y'all, like the 6-pack was not an EP. It was not a project. The 6-pack to me was my single. So if we use standard industry, layout or whatever, right? We use standard industry shit. You got your first single, you got your second single, possibly your third single. So my first single was actually the 6-pack, which was a 6-part single. So now I'm off to my next single, which is the Baker's Dozen, which is a dozen, but it's a single. It's a 12-part single. All right? So, I just want to make sure I provide people with enough music so they can have an understanding, because as an artist, why would you want to be locked into, why would you want to be locked into, a corner or put yourself in a box? As an artist, is what we do. We create. Like, we create and move forward. We progress when we create, right? So why would we do, how creative are we being if we're just, if we're just we're creating one style of music or one sound? You know what I'm saying? Like, our fans love us, yeah, but it's like, dude, like, you got to give us something else. You know what I mean? Give us something else so we could actually love you as an artist and not just a person, because I think what's going on in the industry now is the artists are more being, they got fans because of who they are. The people just like who they are because, and you can't explain this because all of the music ain't good. And that's in every era too. Not just the new era, the golden era, even before that. Like, every artist wasn't super dope, you know what I mean? But, your fans latch on to you. But give your fans a little bit more, man. Don't just give them one sound sonically, because then, after a while that sound gets stale. So here, let's move to another joint. I'll move to another joint. And this one is the favorite of the chairman. Chief is nuts about this record, so... And it's called Lose It, right? I call it Lose It. It's like what up, though? You know what I mean? Like, what up, though? So this record was a great record. I flew down to Atlanta to do this record. Produced by Mark Bird, who is a producer who works a lot or real closely with Kanye West. Dude is dope as hell. He's from Chicago, but I ran into him in Atlanta. He came to the studio, and we put this record together. Lose It. Lose It is actually done by a fella in Texas. I forget the cat name, but he was very dope. Very dope. I think he's a Spanish guy too. I want to say a Mexican guy. I don't know. I'm not sure. But so this record is nuts. And I was talking about Mark Bird. That's the Going Fishing joint. You guys already heard that with the video and everything. That's Mark Bird right there on the Going Fishing. But let's move back to Lose It. Let's see if we can grab your attention with this one. All right, Lose It. What up, dope is really what it is. So check it out. Well, let me go back. Check this out. This may throw you motherfuckers for a loop. You know what I mean? You may go, well, we need Billy to do a certain kind of record or whatever, but this record is dope as fuck. It's nuts. I love it. Just listen to it, and you got your own opinions about it. But like I said, I moved all around on this particular release, so I made sure I covered everything. So check it out. Lose It, all right? What up, dog? Make me lose it, nigga. I swear to God,
I hope all the niggas is hard that's moving with you. When I pull up, I'm gon' lose it, nigga. Okay. Yeah, what up, though? Alright, okay. Hunt this bitch like, yeah, what up, though? Okay, right. Play gangsta if you want, what up, though? Don't make me lose it, nigga. My dude, you ain't equipped for the street life. You looking real uncomfortable under the street lights. This ain't what it's supposed to be like. You out here rocking these knockoff G-stripes. A different look from what a traditional crook has. Your whole style chump, you making us look bad. Strange dances, low pants. Under your leadership, the ghetto don't stand a chance. We a long way from the 32 revolver to the semi-auto 223. We ain't got a problem, any issues, we resolve them. Tough guys, we dissolve them. First family, yeah. We out here mobbing, so don't make me lose it, nigga. I swear to God, I will lose it, nigga. I hope all the niggas is hard that's moving with you. When I pull up, I'm gon' lose it, nigga. Okay. Yeah, what up, though? Alright, okay. Hunt this bitch like, yeah, what up, though? Okay, right. Play gangsta if you want, what up, though? Don't make me lose it, nigga.
What? Listen, my niggas in Detroit are gonna have a fucking fit with this one, yo. When I say lose it, I mean lose it, nigga. Word. So yeah, that was a joint that I did when I was down in Atlanta. When I started the process of the whole Billy Danze project. And let me clear that up for everybody too. Like I just cleared up the 6-pack and the actual Baker's Dozen, how they're singles and 6-part singles and 12-part singles. I flew down to Atlanta because I was stuck. I had like this mental block and I couldn't create. I had maybe family issues, maybe I wasn't getting enough rest or whatever it was. So in the year before I started this whole process of the Billy Danze project, which the Billy Danze project is an ongoing thing, as you can see from the 6-pack and now the Baker's Dozen. So the year before I started, I had this mental block and I literally created 4 records in an entire year. How the fuck do you call yourself a rapper if you create 4 records in an entire year, right? It doesn't make sense. So my boy Lays hollered at me like, yo, get up, get out, you gotta move, you gotta do something. So him and the chairman, put their heads together and figured out a plan. Like, let's get Bill out of the house, let's get him in a new environment so he can create, so he can get the creative juices flowing again. So we flew down to Atlanta, and as I said, 4 records the year before, an entire year. When I got to Atlanta, I created 3 records in the weekend. So that was a major difference, and then things just started flowing from there. I'm dumb happy about it. The new space that I'm in to this creative space. So it's actually making me feel like this is what I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't be sitting still, not being creative, because this is my thing. This is what I do. You know what I mean? This is what I do, and I want to make sure I provide what it is that I need to provide to my fans, and for myself too. Like, right? Like I like doing what I do. I love it. I love traveling the world. I love sitting down and kicking it with people in different countries and getting on the stage and getting the energy from the fans and places I can't even pronounce. You know what I mean? So it's great. And shout out to Lil Fame, who actually is responsible for me being in this business. Fame, he brought me into the business to, and you motherfuckers should thank Fame too for bringing you the greatest of all times, all right? For bringing you your favorite nigga, you know what I mean? But yeah, Fame pulled me in. I'm real grateful to Fame for that. and even if he hadn't pulled me into business, like that's still my dude. That's my brother. So and I love him. So grateful just for him being him. But yeah, man, I'm gonna slide into something else. This is kind of one of the favorites of my boy Lays Lays. It's a fun record. It's hip hop. It gives you that, you know, as the chief say it gives you that throwback to the future, if we can call it that. You know what I'm saying? Good vibe, good record, and this is produced by my man Room, who is in Minneapolis, I believe. Yeah, his name is Room. He's a great producer. Sort of a. He got that whole hip hop vibe. So that's why I linked up with him to put this record together. It's called Can't Change Him. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of that one too. Great record. Let's go, y'all.
You want to go to heaven, try to live in seven. You live in seven. I am the king of the world. I'm pretty.
I rap like these motherfuckers owe me something. You Illuminati niggas ain't controlling nothing. No, not in my house. No, not on my block. No, you can stun if you want, but not on my watch. No, homie, you ain't bold enough to fuck with us. It's quick shit, cold as fuck. Get hoes down if you act up. 87 stick up kids, that's us. Yeah, let me get the door for you. Take a seat, let me get the roll for you. It's a sample champ, I got more for you. China white, fish scale, pure for you. And you saying this can't be dope. You the same as the other lanes, antidote. Take the other lane, y'all got hope. But as long as I'm alive, you can never be the GOAT. Nigga, came from the bottom, I aim for the top. Suffered some setbacks, but I won't change what I got. Oh, it's not a I'm pieces of gentlemen and rebel. So you
Can't change him, can't tame him. All these years that's still dangerous. Well famous. Say it. Well famous. Y'all
it's hot. You should get up out the kitchen.
Oh shit! So that's Can't Change It, man. Done by my man Room from Minneapolis. Got my boy Lays on the joint with me. So it's a good record, fun record. More about, more of that hip hop feel, that boom bap, that bouncy feel. What we did with the project was we created levels, so it's like a step up. Every record is like a step up from the previous, and just not sitting in that box. You know what I mean? Like, but not reaching either, because reaching would kind of, you could fall short, and then your fans would be pissed off at you for doing something that they don't expect. Now, if you do something that they don't expect and it's dope, that works. Which kind of brings me to my next thing here. Hip hop music itself, like I view it as this thing of ours. If you look at hip hop itself, they said it wouldn't last for 10 years, and now we're like 46 years into hip hop. And if we got, there's been major corporations, huge companies that's been around forever. You got the NFL that's been around. You got the NBA that's been around. Boxing, all these other different businesses going on. But I need y'all to pay attention. Hip hop music, this thing of ours, hip hop music has financially secured more people or more homes in urban communities than any other business. So this thing of ours is like, we got one of ours, we got Jay-Z sitting at the table with the dudes from the NFL. We got 50 Cent got a hit show on one of the biggest networks, on the Stars Network with Power. Fucking Dre sold some headphones for $1 billion. You know what I mean? We got a lot of things out of hip hop. So my problem with hip hop right now is the segregation in hip hop. And when I say the segregation, I'm talking about You can literally look up on your, you know, anything up online. You can see where the older generation in hip hop will sit around and call the newer artists mumble rappers, or they're not good, and you don't gotta like everything, right? And then you also got younger rappers who get on interviews and go, I'm better than Biggie or Pac, or I don't know who DJ Premier is, or who's Guru, or what's Gangstar, you know what I mean? Or they're not so in tune with Nas. Now the crazy shit about it is, if you traveling in New York City and you go to Madison Square Garden and there's like this fucking banner of, I don't know, Billy Joel or fucking Ozzy Osbourne, right? The Garden is sold out 2 days in a row for a man that's fucking 70 years old. And when you get into the concert, there's people there his age, 70-year-old people who brought their kids, who are 40-year-old people, and the grandkids who are fucking 20-year-old people, or, you know, from 14 to 20. All of these people are in one room rocking to this old ass man. So how do we say hip hop is only situated for younger people or whatever's going on now? Like, the truth is, Kool Herc, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, all of those dudes, whoever started hip hop, right? Whichever one of them, you know, started hip hop, if started in the Bronx or whatever, right? If what those guys did was they laid tracks for the next ones, which was Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane's, your Juice Crews, and all of that. Now, the Juice Crew and Kane and everybody else of that era, LL Cool J, Run DMC, all of these cats, they paid homage to the cats that came before them, and they always kept them involved. They always intermingled with each other. Now, after LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, G-Rap, Rakim, those guys, my era came in where it was, you know, m.o.p, Onyx, Snoop Dogg, you know, Dog Pound, you know, Boot Camp Click, you know, those guys. And we laid tracks, just like the cats before us, we laid tracks so that the cats behind us could get involved. So the segregation in hip hop is killing, and I'm telling you, if we don't stop the whole segregation shit, now we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. So let's think about what we gaining, man, because, you know, most of us coming from these fucking urban communities, dudes, and we don't have that we don't have the opportunities like a lot of other people have. So this is something that we have. Why the fuck will we kill it by trying to box each other out? It just doesn't make sense to me. So maybe I'll play this record for y'all. I'll play this record for y'all. Yeah, I'll play this one for y'all. Let me see. Let me see if I'll play this for y'all. So yeah, man, hip hop is something that this shit could last forever. The only way it don't last forever is if we kill it. You know what I mean? So shout out to the God Rakim, who is the greatest of all times. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane, who's like an older brother to me and always give me wisdom, and that man actually showed me how to hold a microphone, which is ridiculous. Like, I don't know who could say that. Who could say that somebody as strong as, or as talented or as huge as Big Daddy Kane showed him how to hold a microphone? That's when I got up on you niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, but look, here, check this out, man. I call this thing of ours. And, again, like, let's figure out a way to get rid of the segregation in hip-hop, because if we don't, then we're going to be fucked up. Then all you niggas will be back working at Staples, motherfucker. All right? Let's go.
You know, hip-hop as a whole, man, it's still alive, man. We gotta let the young cats do what they do, man. Pick up to the young artists, man, that's coming up. That's keeping the torch lit. And got something to say, man. And a good way of doing what they do, man. Real hip-hop, man.
Yeah, that was that. rapping, man. It's like we rap.
Hip hop ain't supposed to wait. Fuck segregation. You take whatever's great and align it with greatness. A 40-year design and decline was amazing. We worldwide now, the sacred ground is contagious. Who would've thought the powers this thing of ours can have? To cell phone towers from lampposts from the Ave. And I'm sure somebody laughed and said it'll never work. And trying to shatter your dream of establishing better worth. It'll never be immortalized in Rome, what they said. You'll never have a Bentley dripping chrome, then they said. You'll never have $1 million home when ain't nobody willing to spend $1 billion for some headphones. So let it switch lanes, never call it a strange sound. See it for what it is, we continue to gain ground. So if it's battle, trap, twerk, pop, let it rock. All for the purpose of hip hop.
What's the biggest difference that you've noticed in the industry? Do you think it has changed for the better or?
It's completely different. You know, the style of music has changed so much. Hip hop has become more popular. It's become more lucrative. You know, a lot of changes.
This urban disturbance is flying first class now. Pop up in Berlin like Merlin to put it down. Thousands in the crowd when it shouts, swear you can look in the cloud and see Biggie and Pac smile. The word from a sit down uptown, stretching west, sitting down south from Motown. Unlimited, sonically bound and no sound. And my cousin from Chi-Town would really put it down for hip hop.
What's the same as mine? And it's no different. You know, it's no different. Shakespeare was a man who wrote poetry. I'm a man who writes poetry. I mean, why not compare yourself to the best? I'm supposed to be here to be second best.
Dudes you went to school with decorated with flaws. Prestigious awards now cover his walls. Voted most likely failed, he will become.
All right, that's it. I think y'all get the picture with that one, man. So again, like I said, it's more about, you know, coming together and actually keeping hip hop moving forward and shit. If we sit around and let it die, then again we're all gonna be fucked up. Because this is something that we have. It's our thing it's a thing of ours. So, like I said, who would have thought that, you know, we would be able to hear hip hop? You know, the shit's banging off of cell phone towers now. You know what I mean? It came from a light pole. You know what I mean? In the parks. So now we got it banging off of cell phone towers and shit around the world. You know, when we travel the world, I traveled the world 4 times, and I've seen so much love for hip hop that it's ridiculous. I never seen love like that, man. So, you know, I just wanted to you know, give y'all that one, and we're gonna move on right now. Let's see what we got. Maybe I'll play. I got heat, nigga. I got plenty joints, so you know we can stay here all motherfucking day, if that's the case. This one right here is this is called Retro. This was done by my man Terracotta Blue. I actually love it. The concept behind it is New York City. New York City has, you know, there's always a king of New York, or supposedly a king of New York. And some guys really, you know, they could fit the shoes. But some guys really can't. And this is just the fun part of hip hop, where you just your little braggadocious about who you are and what you've done and where you came from. In that case, you know what I mean? In my case, you guys know me. Everybody that's logged on right now pretty much know me. If you don't, I guarantee you won't forget me. So I'm almost like your favorite rapper. So I worked with everybody in the business, from Jay to Biggie to 50 and Busta Rhymes, good friend of mine, of course. And yeah, so, and these are all my dudes. And everybody from New York that's a part of hip hop or bring something to the table in hip hop. Like, I appreciate you guys. But really, like, when it comes to a solid career in hip hop, like, I've been here 20 plus years. on the same level, still rocking. You know what? Shout out to Fat Joe too, because I thought about this the other day, and I was doing this top five, my top five of who's the most exciting, the best, the top, not the best, the top five, and that's my top five, the top five performers in hip hop and the top five voices and all that. And I was ruffling the little fellas, and people were feeling like, what about this one? What about that one? And dog, I'm not taking nothing from nobody. Again, let's go back. It's this thing about so everybody play a position in hip hop. But I want to take my hat off to Fat Joe, good friend of mine. I've done multiple records with Joe, but I think people don't give Fat Joe enough credit. Like, I think people don't realize that from the time Fat Joe came into the business, Fat Joe has always produced a hit record, even to this day. And he's been here longer than me. So if you think about it, Fat Joe is actually the GOAT. Shout out to everybody else, but Fat Joe is actually the GOAT. So everywhere, every year or every time Fat Joe puts a record out, I'm not saying every record on the album is like a hit record, but he always got a hit record. He always find a way to put himself in position or to keep himself in position. Shout out to the whole Terror Squad, man. Been rocking with them dudes for years. So yeah. So this joint right here is called Retro, produced by my boy Terracotta Blue. And when I say, like, it's a little braggadocious, but I think people get my point here. You know what I mean? I've carried New York and Brooklyn on my back for many years around the globe with this hip hop thing, and like I said, it's braggadocious. So you could go to any artist or look up any artist from A-class artists to the bottom of the barrel, and no one has carried Brooklyn around the world like M.o.p. has. So I'm on some Snoop Dogg shit right now. I want to thank myself. Shout out to myself, you know what I mean? Shout out to Fizzy Woe, Lays, my girl Fox, Teflon, who's back in the studio for all y'all that's been asking. Tef is back in the studio putting some joints together, get ready for his project. Get ready for The Price of Fame, which is a great project. Fizzy Woe and my brother Sean Price, rest in peace. Great project, The Price of Fame. So yeah, that'll be coming soon, and then Tef album will be coming, and then whatever else I got in store. I got so many records, it's ridiculous. And then of course y'all get the M.o.p. album, Firing Squad album, all of that. So let me go to this retro joint and see if I get y'all ears on this and get y'all opinion on this.
The city is mine. Is it? Show is. This city is mine. City is mine. This city is mine. City is mine. Share with Jimmy and Diddy and Fitty is fine. Them my niggas, but city is mine. And it's always been. Who keep you niggas on 10? Back to do it again. Oh, the city is mine. Lil' homie, ease up off the petrol. I'm classic, nigga. Retro. Let's go. I'm who they claim the stands for. Held it down for. Swept the ground for. Look at who they fit in the crown for. He give you ground rules, I give you the ground law. It's white rose petals on the ground floor. Crown jewels, I've been official from the ground floor. Covered across town tall, but the city is mine. Is it? Show is. This city is mine. City is mine. This city is mine. City is mine. I'll share with Jimmy and Diddy and Fitty is fine. Them my niggas, but city is mine. And it's always been. Who keep you niggas on 10? Back to do it again. Oh, the city is mine. White walls up and down Broadway all day. What a nigga gon' say? Get a print out of my forte. I'm harder than you niggas on my off day. Definitely going the wrong way. I'm a grown man, but I'll give you dance in broad day. Look at it like it's foreplay. Get and get left stretched in the hallway. I'ma let you have it your way, but the city is mine. Is it? Show is. This city is mine, city is mine. This city is mine, city is mine. Share with Jimmy and Diddy and Fitty is fine. Them my niggas, but city is mine. And it's always been. Who keep you niggas on 10? Back to do it again. Oh, the city is mine. From that era where the real game came from.
Shout out to my man Terracotta Blue on the production of that joint. It was it was a no-brainer when I got the beat from the dude. It just had that feeling that hip hop needed. Like, I don't think niggas make records with that good feeling anymore. It's like every record kind of sounds the same. Now, I'm not knocking it because that's where the artists are right now. As long as they still moving and still making money, I'm happy about that. And taking care of their families and shit. But this record just had that feeling to me. I love it, man. Now I gotta do that again. I love this shit.
The city is mine. Is it? Show is. This city is mine. City is mine. This city is mine. City is mine. Share with Jimmy and Diddy and Fitty is fine. Them my niggas, but city is mine. And it's always been. Who keep you niggas on
The
10?
groove in that beat is just stupid. Again, shout out to Terracotta Blue. Shout out to my whole team, man, for for giving me the vibe and all that. Fame just hit me on my joint. But look, I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna play no more joints for y'all. I'll let y'all go ahead and pick the joint up and see what y'all think. So y'all can you can put it in your whip. Bang these joints in your whip, man. It's just for yourself and for your friends or whatever. What we really trying to do in hip hop, what's really important to me is that we keep hip hop alive. So if we can't do it all together, I guarantee you it'll die. And we won't have nobody else to blame for it but ourselves. So let the little cats do what they do. Younger artists, there's some older cats that's in the business that you don't even got to reach back to them and try to put them in a position or whatever. Just holler at them, you know what I mean? Just acknowledge them. Acknowledge that if it wasn't for those cats, then you guys wouldn't have the the runway that you got now. So that Bentley that you driving, you know what I mean, that's courtesy of Kool Moe Dee. You know what I mean? That house that you live in is courtesy of Grandmaster Flash. You know what I mean? The money that you splurging, on all unnecessary shit that you be splurging on, right? That's courtesy of Kool Herc. You know what I mean? It's hip hop, man. It's this thing of ours, and I think that if we don't band together, it's gonna die. I can't say that enough. Maybe I'll do one more. Let's do one more just to fuck with them. Yeah, this is one of my favorites right here. Produced by my boy Doc Ish. Doc Ish, he's a Grammy winning producer. He's worked with like Eminem, Neo, Fab, Max B, M.o.p, Joe Buttons, everybody. He's worked with everybody. Dr. Dre, everybody. So, and he's my boy. And we do a lot of things together too. So shout out to Doc Ish. This joint right here is called Immortal. Yeah. Let's get this one going. Let's see what we got. See what we got with Immortal.
The Billy Dance Project. I'm probably the hardest artist you know. You would never admit it. Monster flow. You would try to forget it. Left to you, I would never be in position, and all that I work for would never come to fruition. Picasso, vivid with these pictures to me. title. He handle his biz. You promoting the mix. Take the McLaren.
I've been strong, I've been down, I've been wild, I've been down, I've been healed, I've been wrong. The day I've gone, may my words live on. I am immortal. I am immortal.
I do it for the homies on the block though. For a nation of millions, how could I not glow?
Shout out to my
They
man,
spark
Doc
from the
Ish on that
base
one,
with a
man.
hot flow. Retreated to the
Fucking
street.
stadium music right there, yo. Doc Ish, my dude. So yeah, man, I got a variety of joints on this project, the Baker's Dozen. It comes out officially October 4th. Do not don't shit on yourself and not go get this project. October 4th, the Baker's Dozen. Should be nuts, alright? Shout out to Lays, shout out to Chief, shout out to Fame, shout out to Fox, Tev, Flip, Bobo, the whole team, man, the whole First Family. I think that's it, man. I ain't gonna play no more of these joints, but y'all get it. Y'all get it on the 4th of October. And hit me up, let me know what y'all think. And we're gonna keep hip hop alive, right? Long live hip hop. We're gonna make sure that the new artists coming into the business have an understanding. I think that's another thing too. Like we need to do more of in hip hop too. Like teach the younger cats of how to go through the business. And I know sometimes it's hard to talk to these young grown ass men about how to move things around. But sometimes they be wanting somebody to say something to them. So you give it a shot. If you can't reach them, you can reach somebody else. You know what I mean? So we are set to move now. So October 4th, Baker's Dozen. And this is about the music, by the way, people. So I'm getting hits on my phone like, yo, turn the camera, twist the camera. This ain't really about me. This is about the music. You know what I mean? So as long as you was able to hear the music, that's all that mattered. Thank you, Mom. My wife just hit me and told me that the camera's great now. as we are leaving, right? But it's all good because again, this was about the music. And shout out to my boy Free Smith who did This Thing of Ours, which is a very, very important record on this project because, it's about this thing of ours. And Free is my brother, man. I've been working with Free for 20 years. And even when we not working, we just kind of hanging and shit, just kicking it. He also did a record for the m.o.p. project. I think it was the last m.o.p. project called American Muscle. So his sound. His sound is huge. He actually comes from, he plays everything. He comes from that R&B world. He was one of the members of one of our favorite groups, which is In Touch. So yeah, This Thing of Ours, produced by Free Smith. Great record. One of my favorites. So yeah, y'all go get the joint. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm hungry and tired as hell. I've been working for the last 6 years straight, moving. Shout out to my boy Teflon too. Tef just hit me up, said everything's a go. He gave me the thumbs up. He said everything sounded good. So, yeah, y'all just if anybody got any questions or whatever, just holler at me. We can definitely talk. I'll sit here for a couple more minutes and just maybe I'll go through some beats or something. I got some Jazzy Moto beats on the board right now that I could just kind of pull up and some Jazzy Moto beats that I could kind of pull up right now. And speaking of Jazzy Moto, just as well as like other producers, other up and coming producers, if you guys realize all the producers I talked about are not producers that, all of them are not so fairly well known, but they are, like, obviously they got heat, right? Fucking Doc Ish is like more the one, more declarated producers that I have on the project. Yeah, by my boy Jake Beats, nuts. He did like 4 records for me on the entire Billy Dance project. What it was done by Level 13. This is the first time I've worked with him, but Level 13 is really consistent. I could say that. Level 13 has been sending me beats for like 4 years right now, and this is the first joint we put together, and I think it's a fucking monster. Show Me, done by Jazzy Modo, who she also did another record on this project, which is called Bangkok, and the shit's like a movie. It's like an assassin record. Nuts. I'm thinking, I'm not gonna give y'all my thoughts, my video thoughts on that. Retro Terracotta Blue, which that joint gives me that good feeling. I felt like that's what was missing in hip hop. If it wasn't missing in hip hop, I maybe it was just missing on this Baker's Dozen. I needed to use that. Mufasa, or my boy Kane from Nashville. Retro to me is, Mufasa to me is like that record, man, that sense of empowerment, that, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like Mufasa, nigga. I'm feeling like a king. I'm unstoppable right now. Gone Fishing, a joint by Mark Bird, who, like I mentioned, is a cat that worked close with Kanye West. Super talented, native of Chicago. Ran into him in Atlanta. We started, we started cooking up some joints. I think I got another joint with I think I got another joint with him. I gotta look. I got so many records, man. And shout out. Let's I'm mentioning all the producers because I'm saying, like, just because the producers aren't well known or they don't have any hits, how do we expect them to get any hits if we don't work with them, if nobody give them a shot? And then let's go back to the 6-pack, where all the producers on the 6-pack were just, I don't want to say just, I didn't mean to say just like that, but they were all unknown producers. And they, they all had heat, with exception of my man G Wiz, who's a fucking monster out of Connecticut. He did the Halle Berry joint for me. He did the He's Alright joint for me. Off that 6-pack. So, let me, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man, because I'm disgustingly hungry, dude. I've never been this hungry in my life. And y'all heard this before. Alright, Gone Fishing. October 4th, the Baker's Dozen official release date. Make sure y'all go get that, alright? Y'all niggas don't let me down. I ain't let you niggas down, alright? Let's go. Wait, let's bring that down. Hold on. So I told y'all I was gonna give y'all all the meanings of all these records, right? So Gone Fishing, basically, if you watch the any pro sports, any athletes, and after the game or after the championship, and you ask them, what you gonna do now? And they say, going fishing. It's before we're going to Disney World. We're going fishing. So my view on going fishing is, and again, like I said, it's this thing of ours, it's hip hop. So when we have competition, it should be friendly competition. My thing of going fishing is, I'm back, right? So you little niggas can take some time off, right? Take a leave of absence and go ahead and go fucking fishing. Because this is what we're doing now. We back, nigga, alright? Gone Fishing. Produced by my man Mark Bird. Yep, October 4th. Baker's Dozen. Let's get it. excited about this motherfucking BD wear, nigga. Look at the color today. Ooh, nigga, sharp, ain't he? Sharp, ain't he? Look. Sharp, ain't he? Look.
I wish you would. I told him